we have a very, 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 very special, very talented guest. Um, where should I start with the bro? Let me say my experience with the bro. When I first met the bro, it was about 4 years ago, but obviously I've known about his career for a long time. To me, this brother that's about to speak is probably one of the strongest, authentic personalities I've ever met. Someone that is uniquely and truly themselves always, and has inspired me on a bunch of occasions to be myself authentically, and has also helped me in my journey to my real journey, as we're both from Tuhoi. So super stoked to introduce the bro. I know a lot of people in here have been very excited for this. I might actually let Rio do a little intro as to how he's met the bro, and we'll actually get Stan on board. But yeah, very, very stoked. And you guys are a very lucky community to have the bro. He's a very busy man. So yeah, I'll pass it over to Rio, but we have brother Stan in the building.
Yeah, kia ora fam. Just coming off the back of what Kings was saying there, extremely privileged and blessed to have Stan within our community, to tautoko and ambassador. I guess what we're doing as a community, as a movement, and as a project. For me, Stan is firstly my brother, a very, very good friend, and someone that I love very much. He's been all sorts of things. He's even been my landlord at one point there. So yeah, it's awesome to have Stan and all of his everything that he brings. And he's not just a musician. He's all sorts of things. He's a businessman. He's a father. He's a husband, and he just comes with a wealth of knowledge and networks and all sorts of things. So without further ado, I think I'll hand it over to the bro to introduce himself to the community. And yeah, over to you, my bro.
Oh, tēnā tātou I te whānau beavers. Let's go. I'm a bit nervous. Got a bit of a woody in my hand. First of all, thank you so much for having me be a part of this. Something that's very new for me, something that's very exciting for me, and just to do this and be a part of this, especially with my brothers, my brother Kings, Rio, yeah, it's an honour. I get on in life, and my brothers have showed me a lot of new things, that there's actually better ways, more creative ways to succeed. So yeah, excited to be a part of this. Let's go. Be on.
Yeah, man, and you're right, man. Navigating this space has kind of been, I guess, the ethos of our community here. When we first started with the Beavers, we've got a bit of stats, and we saw that I think it was over half of our community here are new to the crypto space in general. So yeah, brother, stoked to have you on board. And man, we would, I guess, love to extract whatever the bro's saying, our wealth of knowledge from you in this community, so the community is able to develop and grow as we do. The first thing I guess I would like to ask you, bro, is in your journey of the crypto space, what are we talking? I guess what level are you at, and then we can go from there. Like how much do you know at the moment, or what have you heard?
Well, I'm at level 0.5. I've taken half a step. This is it. And I'm being straight up honest, because I've been scared of this space because it's unknown to me. It's taken me 13 years to build my career and everything, and doing it in a certain way, and having to adapt every year with the advancement of technology and the way that people consume music, the way that people consume anything. So this is probably the biggest step and a leap of faith for me, but it's an exciting one. So I'm at the very beginning. Whānau.
Yo, mean, brother, in that as well, how have you found, I guess, the current state of our music industry? How has that affected? I mean, me being on tour with you, brother, and watching you have to deal with the red lights and the lockdowns has been bloody. I could imagine how frustrating it is on your end. How has that been I guess, the red light journey for you?
If I'm being like completely honest, it's probably been really discouraging. And I get it. We're all in this together. Everybody's going through it. Nobody's exempt to these rules and regulations and forever changing things, especially with COVID. But it's been real discouraging and disheartening because we have a plan. We put in so much mahi behind the scenes. We don't just rock up and do the show. There's a lot of preparation, a lot of
Mm.
time, a lot of money, and a lot of people that you're responsible for. It's not just the Stan Walker tour or the Kings tour. It's everybody that's involved. It's our whole team, and that comes with a whole village of people that ultimately I don't have the last say over because of the COVID restrictions. But I still feel responsible, and I still feel like I've been let down, and I'm letting my people down and letting my fans down, and so it's quite like we get excited all to be let down, and it's been
Yeah,
a
bro.
hard space to navigate. But like for me, I don't got time to sit in there and be like, woe me, sad story me. I've got to carry on. Like I've got a family, and that's just how I've been. That's how I am. That's how I've been built. That's how I've been in my career for the last 13 years. So this has been a way for me to rebuild and just refocus of what I want to do, but can do it in a whole new way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, brother.
Man,
Angie.
Star. If I could just jump in there, Star. Where do you see the opportunity, like with what's happening here, bro, with the Eager Beaver community?
The one thing I love is I think just we've learned as kids, as Māori, being brought up on the marae, you're raised by a village, not just your parents, but you're raised by a village, and their community has always been the most important to me. They've been my backbone. They've been my support, my biggest cheerleaders. They tell me what's up when when I don't want to hear it, but I need to hear it. Gave me a couple of hidings, but I needed it. But it's building a community in this space where it's direct to the community, for the community, and you feel like there's more of a relationship and a giving, not just being taken and road like little speed bumps and people stopping you from having direct contact to your community. And I've always had that, so I feel like this is a new way and a new world where I want to be able to be part of something where, like, I'm excited to do what I'm going to do because it's not just me. I get to share it with people who are on the same level as me, going in the same direction as me. And we might be very different people from very different backgrounds and do completely different work, but we've got the same mindset. And I'd rather be with that community or same mindsets, going up together, because the thing is, we can all share in it. And I feel like that's been missing and especially in our industry, in the music industry, where people are constantly not communicating, competing. But I feel like we can all be on top of the mountain together. We can all have a taste. We can all have a moment. And I feel like this is giving me that that not vibe, that feel like that lessons that this is giving me hope that this is where I want to be, and that's the community that I want to be a part of. Like, that's what I see for the community that I want to be a part of. So if that makes sense, I know that was a long answer, but yeah.
Nah, bro, that was a beauty. That's actually how I explained it when I first came into this space. As well, because I think as Māori, we are this way. I was saying that Māori Pacific Islander, our natural inclination is to share the fish and chips you get when you go to the shop, and we share the knowledge, and we if we talk about culturally, you welcome somebody, then after you've welcomed them into the house, they're doing the dishes the next time they come over because they're family. And so I think that's a huge part of this community, and I think it's a huge part of this whole space, like as an NFT creative space. And yeah, it's very very exciting, man. And again, just like to have you on board. Um, I think Rio. I think we were gonna do questions. Did you want to do that now, or was that a bit too early?
Yeah. Bro, there was one thing that I actually wanted to ask the bro as well around um I guess they start when we put our creativity and our music out there. A lot of people who have agendas and that kind of thing take pieces of that pie.
Mm.
Where we were talking before about how you want to share your pie with people who deserve to eat at your table because we're part of a community. Do you want to talk
Yeah.
to that stuff?
Yeah, I feel like again, if I'm being honest, and sometimes my honesty puts my foot in my mouth, but I've got to taste the taste. Nah, hey, I'm gonna be feed every day. That's all good. Nah, but yes, I feel like as artists, we do all our mahi, and at the end of the day, people don't care about the team who's behind that person. If I win, it's on me. If I lose, it's on me. Nonetheless, it's all on me. It's all on my name. So we have to work harder. It's like I feel like in the past and over my whole career, I've gone and bought the ingredients and I've come up with the recipe and I've even cooked it and I might have got a little bit of help here and there. I go and serve it and people just start taking it and I'm left with the crumbs of all the hard work, and it can discourage any creative person or any person when you've done all that mahi and you're left with the crumbs, that you just don't want to do the one thing that you're amazing at or the many things that you're amazing at. And so like I want to be able to share, Brian. I want to share in the cooking. I want to share in the partaking of the kai, where
Yeah.
we get to be, we're all coming to the same table. There's no like, you go and sit over there. I don't believe it. Like, we've been brought up in a system and been born into being catapulted into an industry where there's definite tables and you start at the bottom and you start with the baby table and you start picking up the crumbs. But I think it's time now that we make a massive hati marae wharekai table that everybody comes in. And a wharekai, you never ever say, oh no, sorry, you got to go and sit there. Unless you at a tanihana and you got whānau pani, they get the top table. But everybody's equal. Everybody's equal. And I feel like if we can build a community, I want to be a part of a community that's built like that, where you come onto a marae and you have your place and there is a place for you. There's a seat for you always. When you go into any Māori Pacifica home, there's always a seat at the table. There's always a kai on the table. There's always a cup of tea. There's always anything. There's always a blanket. There's a bed. Even if the bed is the mattress and I sleep on the mattress more than my own bed and the couch. That's what I want to be a part of. I'm sick of the doing it all and then getting nothing at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's powerful, bro. And I've witnessed you on many mattresses, though.
I've been on the floor, been on the mattress, been on the couch, been outside on the grass.
I might just go through some questions, bro, from some of the whānau have chucked questions in the chat. The sis Jenna was asking, what made you want to move back to New Zealand from Oz?
It was like my wairua was yearning for home. I've always been a weird person. I've always been a weird kid. I've always been that kid that like wakes up in the morning and loves to smell the trees and walk up the hill on my own and start talking to myself and pretending I'm talking to my tupuna. Like, I just had this yearning in my soul to come back home. I always knew that that I was going to end up back home because I knew that my calling was for our people, is to serve our people. I was called to woo our people back home, to bring healing through my gifts, through my voice, through whatever I've got, to bring hope, life, joy, and healing. And like, I love home, man. I'm a marae boy. Like, my favorite thing to do is wear bare feet. My favorite thing to do is just be ultimately me, and it's always back home. I can't be that, and even if I am that, I don't really care. I still am that everywhere, but home is that's where my soul is, not just my heart, but my soul.
Oh, actually, I remember when you came back and you told me that story, and just for so bro, you did that for me too. So I can't thank you enough. I know I thank you all the time, but it is true, and anywhere I can say it, I'll always give kudos, brother. Thank you so much for that power, bro, because I feel good because of going back home.
Oh, chill, my bro.
Shit, brother. We got another one here from Aussie Jam. Where do you see yourself at the end of 2022, both in broad terms and in the crypto space?
I feel like this festival is going to be probably my biggest year yet. Personally, career-wise, just even fulfilling my purpose and what my purpose is. Hopefully, me and my wife are renovating our whare. Hopefully, it's going to be renovated enough before we move in, before our puku baby comes. So by June, we're going to have 2 kids. I have a 3-year-old and a new baby. So my main focus, my main goal is to provide for my family. That is above everything. That's above riches. I mean, if I can provide for my family and be rich, let me be a rich bitch or a rich beaver. Nah. But my goals and my values have kind of become more definite and stronger, and more meaningful because I've got a family, and so that's my main thing, is to make sure that my wife and kids are going to be comfortable, healthy, provided for. And I hope to do a lot more music, a lot more projects that I'm working on at the moment. We just released alcohol called We On. So go and get that, whānau. It's honestly like I feel like I grew up real fast, but then I'm only just growing up now, if that makes sense. I grew up real fast. I'm going into the industry at 18 years old. I'm 32 soon, and I feel like I'm only growing up now in terms of like, okay, I'm actually so much more capable than just what people might think that I am, because I'm not just a singer. Singing has been the vehicle to take me to places like acting, producing, directing. I'm doing businesses with our clothing business, with and with the alcohol business, with the brothers, with We On, and even coming into this space. So I hope to be more educated in this space. With the education comes more passion, and so I just want to be successful within my whānau first, and then business wise that my whānau is taken care of, and we can go to Raro like 5 times this year.
That's on start. And bro, what I've always admired about you, and what people don't get to see, is your work ethic is unreal, bro. Like, I consider myself to be a hard worker, but bro, you're always doing something. And when I lived with you, bro, you're doing 30 things a day for 30 different people, for 30 different companies, different brands. And I've just always admired that about you, my brother.
To my brother, my you, I need to get more better like that. Hey, that's why we're in the space, so we can live together and get better.
My bro. I got another question from sorry if I don't say this properly. Litania, I think it is. What's your why, bro?
My why? Ooh, that's a deep one. I feel like I could cry talk about the why. Just a heads up, I'm a bit of a sook, even though I'm like just like straight to the point. Nah. My why is my people. My why is like, I remember when God gave me this like vision of I had an experience years ago that I was called to woo my people back home, to sing my people back home, that they'd get healed. I want to see my people, my land, tanata whenua, tanata Māori, tanata whenua katoa, be rise, healed. The reconciliation between people and the land. That's my why, and that comes, first it was just my voice, but now it's everything that I'm doing. But that's my why, and my greater why now is my family. So to serve my family, to bring hope, life, joy, and healing through my voice and everything that I do. But I thank God for my gift, because it's taken me to the places and seeing people get saved. Be that my voice, I don't think that singing could save somebody's life. So yeah, that's my why.
Man, touching on that, I think there's a shout out from T-Brads. He said, kia ora, brother. Not a question, but just wanted to mihi the brother stand. I was at your last Blenheim show at ASB Theatre and a young boy in the crowd. That was a touching moment, brother. Bliss. So yeah, bro. So even in our community, that they've been there and watched you. Yeah, do your thing, bro. So I got one more another question here from Amelia. What would your advice be for the younger artists in the New Zealand music industry?
Ooh. See, I've had this question like my whole career. I think it's changed every year. Because the older I get, the more I know, the more less I know. Like like I know nothing. But if I could give any advice, is just to back yourself more than anyone else. Like you gotta love yourself. Even if you don't know yourself, because I tell you now, even if it doesn't matter how old you are and you're just starting music now or you're young in the industry, it's always going to change because that's what we are. We're artists. We're forever changing. We can't just keep getting inspired by the same thing and do the same thing. We get bored. Why continue if you're an artist? The job is to evolve constantly, is to be inspired by the wind, inspired by heartbreak, inspired by, I don't know, the way that the pillows are sitting on the bed, like you know. So I think just always back yourself, like be kind to yourself. Comparison is the devil. Don't compare yourself to nobody because you are the only you, and you're the best. Be the best version of you. And if you love this, then who is anybody to say that you're not good enough or you're not the one to do it or you shouldn't be doing this stuff? Anybody that doesn't tautoko you. Also be teachable. There's a difference between like, oh no, I'm not doing what I'm doing, you know, but be open and teachable to people who are there to actually help you. You'll learn that sometimes in the hard ways, but back yourself. Don't compare yourself to nobody. You're the only you. You were born for just to be you, to be the best version of you, and always be open to to grow and to be teachable. Stay teachable.
Yo, that's on star. Bro, one question from KXLM. I've always admired your slick fashion sense. Any plans to start your own clothing label, bro?
Well, funny you say that. I'm part of I'm part of a clothing label. Clothing. You might have seen them. Our kind of big pieces that people know us for is hoodies. My brother Joe Webb started the brand in our house in the room, and we were just there to tautoko, brothers, just jump in there, jump in the photo shoots. Actually, funny, I actually shot the first campaign. I was the photographer, and then I jumped in some of the shots. I can't even take photos, but that was like 5 and a bit years ago, and now I'm a shareholder and the creative director for Clothing, and what we've got planned for this year and for everything to come. I'm excited for because I love this. I love I know who I am in terms of everything. Like I know who I am, but I know who I am in terms of fashion as well. And I don't really care what anybody else got to say. I don't dress up for anybody else. I dress up for me, not even for my wife. I know that's sad because I know I look good, and that's not a cocky thing. That's like 32 years of finding out who I am and knowing who I am and being happy with who I am and loving everything that I am and the skin that I'm in and the no puku that I don't have. So yeah, we're gonna do a lot of stuff. So Clothing, watch the space. Okay.
Game over, man. And cheeky plug, but I got a bunch, bro. I love that club, bro.
Are you on that?
Bro, the cotton's mean.
Aye.
Like bro, the fabric is mean, but yeah, bro.
It's nice,
yeah, bro, it's comfy. Mrs. got some. I'm going on a rant because I was gonna be like, so any discount codes? No. But anyway, I got a question again from Jenna. What are you looking most forward to being a part of the EV project? I feel like you kind of covered that one. Actually, no. Yeah, no, you covered that. Let's go to Litiana. What do you do for your wellness? That's a great question. What do you do for your mental well-being especially I guess in the red light stuff, and what do you do to keep you grounded and mentally sane at the moment?
Ooh. I have to, this is a conversation that me and my wife have had, that we have our purpose together. Our thing is our thing. We've got our goals, we've got our vision of where we're heading as a whānau, but we also have our own individual purpose. And I have to make sure that I'm feeding that purpose and filling my own cup before I can fill everybody else's cup. Because I've gotten into this thing where I've filled everybody else's cup to the point of empty, and then I have a blooming breakdown, or I lose it. And so for me, it's that balance between home life, being at home with my family, being a husband, being a dad, cleaning the whare, cooking, but also being able to serve my purpose and my goals and visions that are my own. And to be honest, that last lockdown that we had, that where Auckland was locked down for like 10,000 years, we were. It was hard for me because everything that I do in terms of my career, with everybody that I do it with, is majority 95% based in Tamaki and Auckland. So I was away and I was finding myself angry and frustrated. But I started training now. I haven't trained this whole Christmas holiday, so I'm off. But let me just tell you, in the peak of my gonna lose it, and I needed help for my mental stability, for my mental health, I started training. And I'm not a person that can get up and just go train and yeah, let's go training. I need to I'm a competitive person. I'm a competitor since way back, since before I was even born. I want to win. I want to win if it's in the garage first. I want to win eating. I want to win to the couch. Everything is competitive for me. So I jumped on a 6-week challenge with Cobalt, and I tell you now, their physical health, their physical, just working out, man, was helping my mental health, was helping me sleep, and was helping me be a better man to myself first, and be a better husband, better father, better friend. Because man, I can tell you now, I can be the evilest in NZ, and I wake up with straight fire and anger from the pits of hell. But be good now.
Let's go. And I can attest to that. Star, you are the most competitive person I've ever met. Even if it's playing Snap or cards.
Oh yeah, I'll cheat, lie, and steal. Yes, I am who I am.
Yeah, that's that. Hey, bro, I got a question here from Late the Great. Would you rather cream power or craze? Can only choose one. Love to hear from you, Stan.
Craze.
Hey.
Craze, because you can do a lot with craze. Cream power, that's on. I know I'm gonna get shot in the foot. How dare you say that? But I've had way more cream power than I have had of craze. So give me a cray, Mornay, that cray, barbecue, that cray, take it out, put it back in. Yum. Come on, somebody.
Let's go. Bro, we are gonna, if that's cool with you, for a little bit, we're gonna open the floor just for a couple live questions. So they're gonna jump up on stage with us and talk to you, and we'll boot them off as do kind of like these award speeches. If they go on too long, we'll boot them off. But if you guys have any questions for the brother, please put your hand up and bring you on stage to ask your question. Hemitherium, come on up. Hemitherium, sorry, my bad. Hemitherium. Up, brother. If you just want to unmute, bro, and ask your question, guys.
Kia ora, bro.
Hey, me.
There you go, brother. You're good. You got your mic all sorted there.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, Bob. That's it. What's up?
Oh, here we go. Oh, kia ora, Stan.
Kia ora.
I just wanted to ask a question about matatini, if that's ever on your bucket list. Are you keen to perform at Te Matatini?
Oh, bro, that's been one of my dreams and goals since I was a kid, brother. I was actually starting to go to the practices out here for Rihanna, for Ratana. So that will definitely happen one day. I have to make it happen, but I'm kind of glad because now I got time to have like little secret practices, get my form on, so I'm on. But no, that's definitely one of my actually life goals. Not just like a little goal, but that's a life goal for me. Like I live for huckers. I love it. So yeah, brother.
Oh no, that's mean, bro. Because our group's just qualified for the first time, and
Dude,
be meant
let's
to,
go, brother.
bro. Be meant to see you out on that stage.
Work it, brother,
Uh,
bro. That's awesome. Yeah, hard. That's us, bro. When that Matatini opens back up, we in there.
Front
Yeah.
row, that's us.
Oh, I might
Congratulations,
be at the
brother.
back with the guitar. Nah.
Solos.
Hard. Oh, I'll do a solo.
Thanks, Amy, bro. Man, and congratulations again to you and your team, brother. That's awesome.
Thank you, bro.
Kuya, do you want to unmute your mic and ask the brother a question?
Kia ora, Stan.
Kia ora.
I just want to know who is a person that you would really love to sing a song with or co-write a song with?
Oh, I have many people, but one person that has been my favorite artist since the beginning of time. I've had a crush on her for years, but you know she can't have me anymore because I'm a married man. She just needs to relax. Nah, I think she's engaged too. But it's Jojo. Jojo, get out right now, it's the end of you and me. So man, I would love to do something with her, or maybe I don't know. I've done something with her. I think. Yeah.
Me, brother, me. We got another Jackal the Shackle. Do you want to come up, my brother? Sure, just unmute, bro, and ask away.
Oh, got a brother Stan. Firstly, just wanted to say, because my mum would kill me if I didn't say anything. My mum reckons she's your #1 fan. She's been telling me that for the last fucking 10 years, apparently.
Yeah.
So you got a fan in this household, bro.
Oh, cheers, brother.
Secondly, I know the brothers have a their own whakaaro on the whole project and where it's headed. But I just wanted to know, being that you're so new to this whole crypto and NFT space, like most of us in the community, I just wanted to know, in your eyes, where do you see the future of this project headed?
For me, I know this. I'm just going to use this analogy because that's the only way I can kind of explain it, and it's kind of like the same climate of what's happening within our industry and within the world. Same like climate change. I was a climate ambassador for the Cook Islands, and I went out to one of the outer islands, Achu, and Achu used to be an island that produced the pineapples for all the Cook Islands and and other islands. And because of climate change and the rising seas, they don't even have a patch. There's only one family that has one patch up there because all their um, their plantations with the sea eroding the island, they've had to go inland and all that's happened. And I feel like that's what's happening within our industry, that we're getting overwhelmed, and the climate with which we live in terms of our industry. There's so many things eroding, like we can't even do live shows currently, and I don't know when the next time we're gonna have that. So I'm having to adapt and evolve to what's happening, and I want to be kind of like in front and on top. I'm not saying that I know everything, but and that's what I see this is that like we're adapting to be able to survive, not just survive but thrive in a place where that it's direct, especially for me as an artist, that I'll be able to share stuff straight with the community that I know that's ready to like receive it, without anybody no in between man, whatever that may be. Even if it's like, yo, I've got a song idea. Like, anybody got some like know anything about this? Like, it's not just this music thing, but like we've had to adapt real quick. And we learned from the very first lockdown that we can do this online, but now there's the space of crypto and NFTs where it can become something greater than just, okay, let's get a company to hire us, and let's do a live on their feed, and they get all the things, and we get this little fee, and they're like, okay, you know, come and help us for the people. But now I want to do it straight for the people, to the people. So I feel like this space with NFTs, with the Beavers, I feel like it's going to help me get more educated, excel, and still do what I do, if that makes sense. So I see so many opportunities to be so much greater than, you know, if this is the world now, man, let's make it mean. I want to be a part of it. I want to learn, and I don't want to miss out. I'm the ultimate FOMO.
Let's go.
Yo,
So, yeah,
oh, yeah,
oh,
yeah, nah, yeah, bro, you answered it. Mean, sorry, brother, a bit of a mic malfunction. This next person who's about to ask a question actually held a space for our community last night. They did a bit of a breathing session and kind of just help people with their wellness and things. So this is actually really cool that you guys are jumping up. But up to Aotearoa, unmute and ask a question.
Yo, kia ora, Stan. How are you, my bro?
kia ora koroa, real good. How are you fellas?
Yeah, bro. We are on because we're actually having it on right now.
Oh, let's go!
Yo, bro, and we're having the lime and lemon. Let's go, so bro, and it is straight up.
Let's go. That was I chose their flavor. I was part of choosing their flavor because and it tastes better than all the other. Hey, anyway, yeah, it's on. It's on.
Nah, mean bro, shot. Bro, just had a question. Like my partner Morgan and I, bro, we admire yours and Lou's relationship, bro. And I just wanted to ask, brother, do you have any tips around, you know, like what do you do to keep your relationship so strong, healthy, and genuine, bro? Because yeah, it's mean.
One thing that's really important to me is communication, and not assuming that I know her and what's good for her, what she's thinking, and the same. It's like vice versa. It's that communication is key, and this is something we're still working on, bro. But I think for us, like, she's my best mate, and you know, people usually say that, oh, you know, my partner's my best mate, and then not really, like, they're not really best mates. But she is my best mate. Like, she's my ultimate best mate. She knows me better than anybody. She knows me inside and out. I can be ultimately weird with her. She's weird. She's hoary. She's rugged. But communication is the key, because that's where all the breakdowns happen. Like, you know, if I'm feeling a certain way and I'm not communicating it to her, and then suddenly I blow up like a volcano, she's like, what? And the same for her. Like, communicating in the smallest ways, because it's not the big events that ruin things. It's actually the small little foxes that spoil the vine. It's those small little things that you just held in and didn't talk about and communicate that actually ruin it. And because that's how our relationship failed, and when we were together the first time, is the lack of communication that that isolated us in our own minds, and then we became destructive to ourselves and to each other. So communication is the number one thing.
Kia ora, my bro. Thank you so much for answering our question.
All good. Cheer on, mate.
Man. Hey, if we got a couple more questions, and then we'll let the bro get back to his whānau. Just go tuck your hands up in the thing, and we'll find you on the chat. All right, here we go. Rhythmo, come on up.
Kia ora whānau.
Kia ora.
Kia ora whānau.
Kia ora.
Yeah, brother. Ask your question, my G.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear you, brother.
Shoo.
Oh, hey, he's gone.
Shot, cuzzy. that was a buzzy question. No. Okay, arrive, raise, hell, leave. That's a buzzy name. Here you go. Unmute and ask a question, Kaz.
Kia ora whānau.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
First, just wanted to say, you boys, or you brothers, you're a big inspiration to me with your music and stuff. And just wanted to thank you, fellas.
Kia ora, bro.
Sure, brother.
And my question for Stan, what advice would you give your younger self from your present self now?
To forgive yourself, to love yourself, and know that you're like worthy. Not like, actually know that you're worthy and that you're incredible and that everything's actually gonna turn out mean. You're gonna suffer, but it's gonna turn out mean. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Mean.
Mean.
How's that, brother? All good?
Yeah, thank you.
Cheer about that.
I mean, is. Thanks for jumping up, brother.
Yeah,
Oh,
cheer, my bro.
here's Rhythmo again. One more time. Let's try this again. Here we go. Hey, brother. Do you want to give a little? Oh, no, there he goes again. Hey, brother, might be your buttons. That was kind of what we spoke about in the we've had issues with the AMA space before. Stan with the buttons. So I think that's what's going on there. But we got about two more. Mr. Miyagi, jump on up. Here you are.
Good brothers.
Kia ora, bro.
Yeah, just first of all, bro, I just want to say, Stan Walker, bro, it's a pleasure to be in your presence, brother.
Oh, cheer, my bro. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here too.
Mean. So I just wanted to fire away a couple of questions, brother. What made you want to jump into the NFT space, brother?
Originally, I was like, nah, something that I have to learn that I can't be bothered on. You know, my old school mind set in. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna do what I do, and then a lot of stuff got taken away from us. What we do, what I was thinking, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and then that do got taken away from me, and just seeing Kings and Rio just being in their space, and you know, talking with them and watching them do their stuff, and even over time watching the boys get into these spaces that I'd never understood and I never cared to understand. Like I didn't have any care for it. Now I'm like, okay, there's an opportunity. Like I don't want to miss out. And the reason why I jumped in is because first of all, I trusted the brothers, and I said to them, I was like, I need the basicest. My English is terrible. The most basic. Like, I need something real quick that's gonna hook me in. Like, don't give me this long-winded answer that I have to go and watch 50,000 videos to know what's happening. And I got it on the first go. When Rio told me the opportunity to be able to connect with people in a way that we can't, you know, regardless, and that we direct to the people, that we can share content, share experiences, and build a community together where it's not just I'm getting from you or you're getting from me. It's this, you know, the space that we can essentially grow together, and that, especially when it comes to like crypto, I had no clue. I just got told like last week, "Do you got a wallet?" I was like, "Hey, what's a wallet?" I got a wallet here. Hey, so dumb. So for me, it's educational. It's the future. One thing I heard of this fellow, he's a billionaire. He goes, you know, people always want to just jump on the train. He goes, there's other people that are at the back of the train, following the train, on the train. He goes, I want to be in front. So this is me checking myself out, being in front, and I'm learning as I'm going. So that's what attracted me. First of all, is that I trust my brothers. Second of all, just the opportunity to build a whole different community in a whole different way, that it's more secure no matter what happens with COVID. And third of all, this is another way that when it comes to my family, that's number one. If I can be able to provide for my family in another way, then they come first. So yeah, it's a easy in for me.
Solid, brother. No, mean answer that. Yeah, no, that covered everything I needed to know there. So thank you for that, brother.
All good, my bro.
Solid. One more, brother. What inspires you to wake up in the morning, my brother?
What inspires me to it? Sometimes it's not inspiration. Sometimes it's the rude awakening of sun and my wife getting up earlier, and I have to get up and tag team to make breakfast and get ready for daycare and for mahi. but nah, that's actually my inspiration to wake up in the morning, is that no matter what I'm feeling, no matter what I'm going through, no matter the situation of my work, my head, where I'm at, my health, I have to get up and serve my whānau, and I have to get up to provide for my whānau, and like, it's pretty easy when I look at them. Like, there's nothing more satisfying than waking up to a warm home and a warm bed. Our cupboards are full, and seeing a very healthy wife who's carrying my baby, and son, just, they get everything that I never had. So that's my inspiration.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful, beautiful answer, man. We got about 2 more, and then we're gonna let the brother jump off. We got Missy New Hucker. Jump on up. And then Stan's gonna sing his new album. No, jokes. You got that, Missy? Do you want to jump up? It should be on the left of your screen. Okay, we'll try Jungle Boy. Oh, no, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Sure, Queen. Yep.
Kia ora whānau.
Kia ora.
Kia ora, Stan. I runga i te karanga o tēnei wā, te whānau NFTs. Awesome. I love the kōrero you've brought to the space. I'm new to the space, but I'd like to come from get some information from you from maybe a historical educative sense. So yeah, because you mentioned those wonderful things that we would love to hear about as a whānau community, especially, established in one that we're really unsure of, for me, NFT crypto world. So when you're looking at the world around understanding and sharing the content, knowledge and experiences of certain communities, like you said, bringing it together, I'd like to know as to, if you can bring us up a waiata or create an NFT that encompasses that unique authenticity, that's evolved around crypto, let's say in NFTs, because, when you're looking at a space working around the education system now, and how, what can we bring to light in terms of, for our tamariki I tēnei because we looked at presence and future, that futuristic vision. So I love the kōrero that you have. So, ko taku pātai ki a koe, my pātai to you would be around how you would, if there is an intention, a whakaaro, mo tēnei, around educating our tamariki, or maybe so the education system around why this would be a really good, kaupapa for our kids to participate in, or even to learn about. So kia ora. Hey, because as you can see, when you look at the pictures, and even of yourselves, the beaver that you have, it illustrates, it illustrates what our kids are able to do. So kia ora mo tēnei, Stan.
Oh, kia ora. That's a beautiful whakaaro, and tōku whakaaro, it's all the same thing, and because I grew up so different to this, and I'm still, in terms of the internet and the NFT and the crypto space, I'm a fetus, but I'm a fetus that wants to grow and wants to learn and doesn't want to get left behind. And like what you pointed out before, these images that we have of the beavers, but have representation. Growing up, we would have seen cartoons that had no representation of us, and we're at a time where our ceilings, our current ceilings as parents, as rangatira, as grandparents, as whatever, to our tamariki mokopuna, our ceiling is their floor. So they're going into this space and they're going to learn a lot more, a lot quicker, a lot earlier than we ever had to learn, or I ever had to learn, or you ever had to learn. And I feel like this is the world that they live in. And I feel like I'm only just getting into their world, and I want to be able to have representation, also have education, so that, this is the language that my nephews and nieces speak. This is the world that they've been in, even if it's as small as Fortnite. They live in this world, and I can't we can't deny the evolution and how our kids are interpreting things, taking in things, learning from things. And so if we can get into this space to learn with them and grow with them, that to protect them also. And a lot of this too is also just getting educated for me. So I know how to protect my whānau and make better decisions for my whānau, because I know that I've learned them from the mistakes of my parents, that I want to be better. So I hope to be better in this space for our kids and be able to, in terms of like an educational thing, I think it's something that I'm going to be always getting educated on, and I want to be able to share that. And like our one thing that me and my wife talked about today and yesterday is we want to teach, because at school, you know, they're getting onto things a little bit slower. That's how I feel. I could be wrong, and if people are teachers out there, this is nothing against that. But you know, I didn't learn about tax. I didn't learn about policies. I didn't learn about government. I didn't even know how to vote until 2 years ago. I didn't even know what to sign up. I didn't know electoral rolls, whether Māori roll or the normal roll. So this is a way to educate our kids in the world that the real world that we live in, that we weren't kind of told as kids, if that makes sense. It's a long answer, but yeah.
And you know, tērā tangata kōrero mai pāna ki te matatini, when he was talking about matatini, so matatini is literacy. And so, you know, as an example, when you were talking about, as an example, that when you go back to the whare tipuna, you actually see that the following through of, you know, of how things always move.
Yes.
So then everything is illustrated from the actual top. So you've got the top of the marae, that is your tāhuhu, and everything that comes down, so everything comes from the top, Io himself. And so that ministry is handed down, and then you've got the whakairo. Every person that is in there is an imprint of what is left behind. So I'd love to see your imprint, you know, meaning data, you know, what you share with us in that space. Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm excited, and I'm excited to learn so that I can be more effective in the space too, and be, you know, eventually I'll know a little bit more so I can be better. So share with
I
our
thought when you were talking about, you know, like being your best, you know, best version of yourself. So the best is still, you know, it's here, and definitely to come. So thank you for allowing me to talk with you. It's been an honour.
Kia ora koe, nā mihi, tēnā koe.
Man, what a beautiful spirit. Thank you for jumping up, New Haka. That was nice. That was beautiful. We got one more for you, brother, and then we'll jump off. The Jungle Boy, if you want to unmute and ask your question.
Hello. Thanks for your time today with everyone. My question is, when you're like on a journey or like in life and you get to a crossroads, how do you decide which direction to take, or like what to take with you at that point and what to leave behind, like opportunities wise, or just like what direction you're going?
I think my values play, that's where they really, well, you know, should always have your values and stuff like that. But sometimes, you know, we're human beings, my values, I chuck them out the window purposely, because that's what I'm like, and I'm human, and we're allowed to do that. We're allowed to be imperfect, and we're allowed to be, you know, dumb and suck sometimes. But when I come to those crossroads, I have to remember who I am, my purpose, and everybody has their purpose, whether they know that now or still learning their purpose. But for me, I've known my purpose for a long time. So when I come to those crossroads, it's still hard. The worst thing is knowing what's right and still not being able to execute that or to follow that path and do what's right, because I've put myself so down deep in a hole, or I've gotten myself into this that I feel like it's just too hard to get out of. But I always have to pick myself up eventually. And even if it's just to throw myself on the path before even moving on the right path, like throw myself to the right path. And it takes a while for me to even get up to actually start moving on that right path. But my values and knowing my purpose, they always come back to remind me of who I am, where I come from, who I come from, and where I'm heading. So that never changes, even though life gets hard, and it doesn't get any easier. Even the more that you know, the less you know, and the more you feel like confused sometimes. But yeah, I chuck myself, like it's like I have like 4 paths in front of me, and I just literally like throw myself at the door, and I might not get up for ages, let alone walk that path. So if that makes any sense, if that helps you, but just knowing my purpose, knowing who I am, and those values, like, is this where I'm supposed to be, who I'm supposed to be, aligning with my values. So yeah, hopefully that helped.
Yeah, man, you're being awesome, brother. Man, we've got some more people in there, but I think we're gonna stop it here. Been in there for about an hour now. Brother, thank you so much for blessing our community and this space with your energy, your love, your wide your knowledge. And I know you'll be in and out of the space from now, asking questions and talking to the team in the back as well. So, man, just a huge thank you, bro. That's just from me. I'm gonna pass it to Rio, but yeah, bro, thank you so much from me and the community. Oh, no, brother.
Yeah, mean as my bro. Mean to have you in here with us, a part of our community. Even for me, bro, you inspire me every day. You know, as a brother, as an artist, as a fellow artist, as a fellow businessman, as a fellow father as well, bro. So just to have you among our whānau, hanging out in the Discord and bringing everything that you bring to what we're trying to do as a project, even to our roadmap and stuff like that, bro. You bring so much weight. So, nah, mean as to have you in here, and just appreciate your time tonight, my bro. I'll let you have the final sign off to the Beavers.
Oh, yo. Well, cheer whānau, cheer my brothers. Thank you for having me be a part of this space. It's a very new space for me, and cheer to all the Beavers. I appreciate you tuning in to listen to me. I don't know, just talk how I talk, and that's how I feel. That's how I am, and I appreciate you all. And I'm really excited for this space. I'm really excited to see what happens, see how I can grow, how we can grow, and yeah. We're on. Going by my new perfume human, going by the new clothes. That's it, buddy.
Yeah, whānau. Much love, Beavers.
Man,
We are. Cheers. We are.
Chit.